Shortage of manpower is crippling court activities in Katsina State, but the State Chief Judge, Justice Musa Danladi, is saying lack of judicial autonomy is making the judicial arm of government to be operating like a department of the executive arm. A visit to some courts across the 34 local government areas in Katsina State indicates that more than 8 magistrate courts are without a sitting magistrate, and some of the Sharia courts are also not having qadis. Although the security challenges in the state is one of the factors leading to deserting of the court by its officials, but the shortage of manpower is another source of concern, as attested by the state's chief judge.
The welfare of judges, their work environment are all not taken into consideration. And we expect such to be effective in fighting corruption. We have to move forward. We have to necessarily reform the justice sector in its entirety. And reform does not stop at disposition of cases quickly. Reforms refers to independence. The judiciary can check itself, can fund itself, can take care of its stationery, forms, everyday requirement. Now you have to wait for the government to give you that at the end of the month. And if there are no record books, no writing materials, you expect the judge to use his salary to buy that. And you expect expediency in such circumstances. The judge is a human being.
Justice Musa Danladi is lamenting the current situation in which Judicial Service Commission is not being able to employ even a blue-collar staff without obtaining clearance from the Office of the Head of Civil Service of the state. The Chief Judge said within the last 4 years, the judiciary in Katsina State has lost more than 300 of its staff and are yet to be replaced.
Yeah, we are constrained because we don't have the power to employ. If you want to replace a staff, you have to write to the head of service to get clearance from the governor to give whatever number. So when the judiciary has no power and authority to employ directly, then it has to have these human resources challenges. Most of our courts are understaffed. And I can tell you, in the last 4 years, we've not employed up to 20 persons. But we have lost through retirements, through death, through disciplinary proceedings. We have lost over 300 staff. We have not been able to replace them.
He laments that except if and when the welfare of judges is being properly taken care of, the fight against corruption may not be so successful.
And you see, the world is looking at us. We've been calling for investors to come and invest in Nigeria. But investors will require rule of law, will require a judicial process that will see them get their rights as and when due. Of course, there are bound to be disputes in doing business. Now Nigeria has been talking about ease of doing business. Nigeria has been talking about fighting corruption. When the institution that will help you fight the corruption is not strengthened. We are strengthening the security agencies, forgetting about the judiciary. How can you succeed in fighting corruption?
As part of measures towards addressing the challenges of congestion in correctional centers and also to promote cordial relationship among people, the alternative dispute resolution centers are being established in some urban and semi-urban communities. Aisha Mukhtar, Verified News.